Okay, so hi everyone. Before anything, I want to thank you for coming here tonight and showing up. Thank you. It means a lot. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. It's super exciting. I also want to thank you, Juliana, for organizing this event for us. Thank you. And God, I'm super nervous.
Oh, no problem. Let me interview you. So, Renata, how many years have you been working with cats and dogs so far?
I've been cleaning dogs' teeth and cats' teeth for 8 years. It's been a long time. I've seen a lot of dogs' teeth and cats' teeth too.
Yes. And in general, if you have to pick which one is more challenging, cats or dogs?
Well, that's a really good question. Cats are a bit more challenging because they have their own little bubble. They're black or white. It's yes or no. With dogs, you can reason a bit, and then you can manipulate them to do things your way, my way. With cats, it's a lot more challenging. Now that being said, older dogs can be a bit challenging. Just because they're just in their little bubble, they just want to go home. They did not sign up for teeth cleaning, so it's sometimes it's difficult to find that little gap where they let you in and they trust you enough so then we can do what we need to do.
Yeah, I suspected that. But let's start with the hot seat for Renata. I'm gonna start the questions. Everyone, that as soon as you have a question, put it in the chat or the tab, and I will definitely do that. So Renata, first of all, why dental health? What happens if we don't do anything about their teeth?
Well, oral hygiene is important for dogs for the same reason for which is it important for us humans, right? You want to keep the mouth healthy. You want to keep the teeth and gums healthy. Because if not, dental problems starts to happen. Oral hygiene essentially means the same thing for us humans and for dogs. We brush our teeth, we floss, we see our hygienist, we go see our dentist. For dogs, it's a bit different in practice. And it's different for each and every dog. If you have a small dog, it's a challenge. If you have a larger dog, if you have a German Shepherd, it's easy peasy. Their teeth tend to be healthy for a long time. Age can play a role, and then things can go a little sideways. And then in terms of you helping your dog, maintaining good oral hygiene, you might need to pivot at that point. But generally speaking, bigger dogs tend to have nicer, healthier teeth. Small dogs, medium, small dogs, tiny dogs, the little micro dogs, it's a bit more challenging. And then I guess we will get to the details of all that as we move forward. Now, dental problems can happen and often do happen and almost always happen at some point. If they go unnoticed and untreated, then further problems could happen. Hearts, liver, kidney problems, issues. And there's a lot of interesting nuggets here that I want to bring here. Okay, so before I get into that, I just want to say that do not believe me. Do not believe anything I say here. My goal is to just plant the seed. So you do your own little thing. Now, Dr. Google is not always a good idea, but definitely will give you a lot of results if you search things. And this one thing that I will talk about here is one of those things that you do whatever you want with it. It's just a thing that I find it interesting, and I thought I will share it with you. So there's a thing so-called teeth organ chart or tooth organ map or tooth organ chart. It was developed for humans mainly, but it's easily translatable into the dog world. It's based on traditional Chinese medicine. Holistic dentists tend to use it. It's a bit out there kind of alternative idea, but Chinese medicine's been around for a long time, a lot longer than Western medicine. So maybe there is something to this. And then this chart is similar to reflexology in a sense. That is something that we all know. On our feet, on our soul, there are areas that are connected to certain organs. The teeth organ chart is somewhat similar to that. They say that certain teeth, certain areas of our mouth, each area is connected to a certain organ or part of our body. And so just to give you an example, if you do a quick Google search, you'll find a lot of things about this. And then just to give you an idea, the front teeth are kidney, then liver, spleen, stomach, lungs, and then far back is the heart. So based on my personal experience and then the Pearly Whites experience, the majority of the clients that we turn away, and we tell these clients that you need to see a veterinarian and then have extractions done, happens in the back, far back. So those problems often go unnoticed for a long time because they're just too far in the back. No one really sees them. You don't notice the problems there. And so that is the area that is connected to the heart based on this traditional medicine idea. So I don't know, but there might be something, because we do see a lot of dogs with those type of problems, and then heart conditions, heart problems is fairly common. So maybe there is something to this. I don't know.
So basically, as dog owners, we need to be checking the back. I know it's difficult to see. So
Yeah.
I imagine, what is the best way to get your dog used to that, to be inspected often at the back? And also, what is the best age and way to get a dog used to brushing he or her teeth?
Well, the sooner is the better. Ideally, you would start right at the beginning, but whenever you start is great. But if we get into brushing at this moment, here's my thing. Do not brush your dog's teeth unless you are 100% certain that you're not causing pain. If you don't know what's in your dog's mouth, if you're not sure if there's anything going on far back, or if you're not sure if there are any loose teeth anywhere in the mouth, you do not start brushing. No, until you are 100% certain that there is no trouble in your dog's mouth. Now, just to give you an idea, like, imagine that there is inflammation, there is an abscess, there is loose teeth, there are loose teeth. The moment you get into you get into your dog's mouth with the toothbrush, that's a problem. Your dog either going to go, I mean, they might let you do this, but they might just really hate you for it. They can bite you. They can do all kinds of things. They will not let you do this peacefully, usually. And you don't want to cause trouble, right? The intention of brushing your dog's teeth is to do something good, something that helps your dog. So please, 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 before you get into brushing, and I'm a big fan of brushing, but before anything, you need to make sure, you have to be 100% sure that your dog's teeth are in a good condition, your gums are good condition, there's nothing going on that could cause problems and pain.
So
And
I imagine, oh,
stubborn,
sorry, go
right?
ahead. So I imagine this goes a lot with dogs that are a little bit older that we rescue and they come already with some dental issues. So will be the recommendation that before we start brushing the teeth on those older rescues to go to the vet and get a check first?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Do the cleanup first and then start brushing. Also, once you see buildup on your dog's teeth, brushing is, you won't be able to clean those teeth. The best, if you're really good at brushing and your dog lets you do this and there's buildup on the teeth, you might be able to keep that level of buildup on the teeth. But whatever is on your dog's teeth is not going to go away by brushing. So ideally, do the cleanup, have your dog's teeth cleaned, everything is healthy, everything is good, then you start brushing. And then when you start brushing, you do it every day. And I'll tell you why you want to do this every day. As much as, and that this is where usually this brushing business fails, to be honest, because if you don't do it every day, you won't see the result. The plaque on our teeth and our dog's teeth is that slimy thing. That's what you want to remove. That's what we want to remove every day from our teeth. It's such a complex biofilm. It doesn't go away on its own, only by brushing. Like there is no magic. It's brushing. And then if you don't, within 42 hours ish, 2 days, 3 days, that slimy thing starts to turn into hard buildup, tartar, calculus. That's the gray, dark, all kinds of colors, things that starts to accumulate on the teeth. So if you don't brush often enough, it is going to happen. Now, when your dog's teeth are nice and clean, the teeth are shiny, the buildup cannot, like it's hard for the tartar to attach to the teeth. But once the process starts and the teeth are not as smooth, it becomes a rough surface, and it's like a magnet. It's everything attaches to it a lot quicker, and that's why we hear often that this happened overnight. The buildup happened overnight. It's not overnight, but it can be quick. It's from nothing to significant buildup. Sometimes it is quite quick because for the reasons I just mentioned.
All right. So we do it every day. Do we need to use toothpaste for dogs or no need to use toothpaste?
Well, you definitely don't want to use human toothpaste. That's a big no-no. There are all kinds of toothpastes in pet stores. Frankly, brushing is not about the toothpaste. It's the actual removing thing. That's what makes the difference. Toothbrush is just a little added something. I personally, we at Pearly Whites, we like to keep things simple. So simple and clean. So we recommend coconut oil. We all have coconut oil at home. That's perfectly fine. It's not so much for the teeth, it's more so for the gums and for the overall body. Simple coconut oil, that's perfectly fine. If you want to be super, super, super like awesome, then I'd like to show you this guy. It's called Love Bug. It's a probiotic powder. And then all I would do is to sprinkle a bit on the toothbrush once the coconut oil is on it, and then brushing the teeth with the coconut oil with the probiotic powder. So then the powder is activated in the mouth and starts working in the mouth first, and then your dog is going to swallow the whole thing. So then the probiotic powder can do its thing in the gut and everywhere else. Yeah.
Great. Going back to the older dogs, when they get rescued or so on, many of them are not used to the toothbrushing. How do you get them used to that?
Yeah, it's they say that you can always teach a dog, an old dog too, any tricks. So this goes with with that as well. Us, we have to be the right person to teach something new to our dog, and our dogs are smart. We think we train them, but they're smart. They train us as well. So you have to just kind of have to get into that mindset that this is what we're going to do. This is how we do it. This is when it's done, and then celebrate after. So set the goals. Keep it short and sweet, and then celebrate after. I would keep. It's hard. I won't be able to teach you from here at this. You can. The answer is you can. How? Um, uh, it's a bit tricky, but you can. Keep it positive. Keep it. Um, as soon as it becomes stressful and you become frustrated, it's not going to happen. If you've tried anything before and it did not work, let that go. It doesn't work. You need to change. We need to change the strategy, something completely different. And then start from there and build on that. And then keep it short. It could be just 5 seconds at the beginning. It could be just a little, just touching the teeth here and there. And then that's it. As long as everybody's happy with that, that's the brushing for today. And tomorrow we do a few seconds more, or a few teeth more, or a different area. Keep it simple, keep it short, keep it sweet. Celebrate when it's done. It's easy, but it's not.
Would you be able to share with us some videos of how you do it in your dogs?
We at Pearly Whites, we're getting ready. We will come out with a bunch of videos to show you. All I can YouTube. There's tons of videos. My approach is completely different from what I've seen so far, and keep an eye on us. We'll come out with these videos shortly. Whenever I see this brushing business being done, in a fashion when your dog is facing you, and so you're facing each other, and then you just go in, and then your dog will let you brush. That's if you can do that, if your dog lets you do that, you're super lucky. Keep doing this brushing thing. 99.9% of the time, this will not work. Your dog can go all the way, like 360, up and down, everywhere. So this method, this face-to-face thing, it's I don't think it works. It works for a few, but generally speaking, it's not the right approach, I think. And whatever you tried before and did not work, do not do that ever again, because it's not working. It's not going to work again. You need something different, something very different.
All right. So I learned I'm in the 0.1% of people that can brush the teeth front to front as much as I want. He will just let me do it.
You have no excuse then. You have to.
Every night. Yeah, absolutely.
Good.
Okay. So another of the questions that we usually have is, what is the deal with those dental sticks and the toys that say like dental floss? The toy is like a dental floss. So there are those two products in the market: the daily, nightly dental stick, and what about those dental floss chewable toys? Do they work? And what do we really do with that?
Well, in my opinion, chewing is important. So chewing on the right thing at the right time, it's important. It helps. It helps not only to clean or keep the teeth clean, It also helps to exercise the muscles, and that's just as important. Like, that's part of the game. Like, chewing is great. So if your dog likes to chew, that's awesome. Keep her in that habit. What to chew on, that's a bit different story. Nylabone, that's one of the chew toys that I see and hear about. I personally really don't like it. That's plastic, so whenever your dog chews on it, the little pieces are going to end up, like, your dog is just going to eat those pieces, right? Basically. So I don't like that. Toys in general, yeah, maybe. I like the good old fashioned bully stick. Um, it's natural, it works. We like dehydrated um, chicken feet, turkey neck, um, pig ears if it's from a good source. Um, I like I like natural things, to be honest. Bones are part of it. I like bones. You just have to be cautious. You have to always keep an eye on your dog when you give your dog a bone. Okay, that's just a given. You have to keep an eye on your dog. Um, Now, if your dog is a heavy chewer, if your dog is a heavy chewer, meaning that your dog gets into chewing and with this attitude of, I want to kill this thing, whatever it takes, you need to be cautious with bones, because bones, knuckle bones, antlers, no, they can really break um, a tooth, teeth, because usually it happens on both sides, actually. So I'll show you which one is. So these are the teeth, right? And so this is the tooth that breaks all the time, if anything, by chewing on hard things. So if your dog is a heavy chewer, be super cautious. Now, based on your dog's size, of course, different things can work. If you have a small dog, um, small um, small bones like chicken neck. There is the bone, there is the chewing, dehydrated versions or raw. If you have a larger dog, turkey neck, you can get different size of turkey necks, even big ones, raw or dehydrated. It's super awesome. There is bone, there is chewing, but those little bones in a turkey neck, for example, they're not big enough or strong enough to break any teeth, so they're safe in that sense. Um, if your dog is not a heavy chewer and they just kind of play with things, other type of bones can be also useful. This bone thing is it's very dividing topic. It's one other thing. Ideally, bones should not be cooked. So either raw or dehydrated works. Raw cooked bones are not necessarily a good idea. They could cause trouble. That's for bones. Yeah. Well, I grew up in a place. I'm Hungarian in that part of the world. All dogs back then, when I was younger, ate all kinds of bones, cooked and raw, and it wasn't a thing to even think about that bones can cause any trouble, but studies show that they can, and they sometimes do cause trouble. So keep it simple: no cooked bones, raw or dehydrated. That's my opinion.